Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fundamentals of Engineering. In this, we have started the lecture series for targeting GATE 2022, and for that we have seen the some of the part regarding the topic of theory of metal cutting. In today's lecture, we are going to see what is meant by orthogonal cutting and oblique cutting. What is its difference between these two cutting forces that we are going to see. If you miss the earlier part for this lecture series theory of metal cutting, the link is kept in the description box. You can click on the link and watch the earlier videos. Now we are going to see what is that difference between orthogonal and oblique cutting. Whenever we are doing the machining, at that point the direction of feed of the motion, the direction of feed, that is cutting velocity vector, this direction of feed is perpendicular to the cutting edge. If the direction of feed is perpendicular to the cutting edge now this is the cutting edge. Okay, so this direction of feed is perpendicular to the cutting edge, then it is called as orthogonal machining. It is called as orthogonal machining. And if the direction of feed is at some angle of the cutting edge, say theta, so this is our direction of feed, and it is cutting edge, it's some angle, this is our cutting edge. If it is some angle, then it is called as oblique machining. So what is the main difference? If the direction of feed or cutting velocity vector and the cutting edge both are perpendicular, then it is called as orthogonal machining. If the direction of feed or velocity vector is at some angle to the cutting edge, then it is called as oblique cutting. So now you can see here, this is our workpiece and this is tool. By using that we are getting the chip which are formed. So here you can see the direction of feed and the cutting edge. Direction of feed and the cutting edge is 90 degree, so it is a orthogonal type of machining. And here you can see the cutting edge is at some angle, not exactly 90 degree, is at some angle to the direction of feed, then it is a oblique cutting process, in which the cutting edge, the orthogonal machining or orthogonal cutting, the cutting edge clears the width of the workpiece on either ends. It clears the width of the workpiece in the either end in orthogonal cutting, but in oblique cutting, the cutting edge may or may not clear the width of the workpiece, And in orthogonal machining or orthogonal cutting, the direction of chip flow velocity is normal to the cutting edge of the tool. Direction of chip flow velocity, the chips which are flowing, it is normal to the cutting edge of this tool. The direction of feed of chip which are flowing, these are normal to the cutting edge of the tool. And in orthogonal machining and in oblique machining, the chips which are flowing, these are at some angle with the normal to the cutting edge of the tool. The chip flow velocity is at some angle whenever they are flowing along the cutting edge of the tool. Now in this orthogonal cutting, the shear force per unit area, is high. The shear force per unit area is high because the cutting edge, which is perpendicular to the cutting velocity vector, we are getting two forces. We are getting two forces, that is Fc and Ft, which giving the maximum shear force per unit area. And in oblique cutting, the cutting edge is at some angle, so this is our Fc and Ft is at some angle, so we are getting three component of forces, that is Fa, Fr and Fc. Here shear force per unit area is small in oblique cutting. As the shear force per unit area is high, means maximum material is removed, so the cutting edge is coming into contact, so heat generation is higher. Heat generation is high in oblique orthogonal cutting, and shear force per unit area is small, so the heat generation is very less. Heat generation is less in oblique cutting. As the heat generation is more, the tool wear is high in orthogonal cutting. If the tool wear is high, then tool life is low. The heat generation is less in oblique cutting, so the tool wear will be less and tool life will be high in a oblique cutting. Now here the two component of forces are acting, that is Ft and Fc, so it is called as 2D machining process. It is called as 2D machining process. It's called as 2D machining process, and here the Ft is at some angle theta, so we are getting Fa, which is an axial component of force, Fr, which is a radial component of force, and Fc is a cutting force. So here we are getting three component of forces, so it is called as 3D machining. It is called as 3D machining. It is at some angle. Fa and Fr is at some angle, so Fa, which is an axial component of force, we can write as Ft cos theta. Means Ft is resolved some angle, so Fa is axial component of force, that is Ft cos theta, and Fr is a radial component of force, which can be write Ft sin theta. So it is a orthogonal machining 2D machining process, and oblique machining is a three-dimensional machining process. Now example, in that example you can see in a plane turning where we are reducing the diameter. Here we are reducing the diameter, that is coming under orthogonal cutting process. That diameter reduction, reducing the diameter of a workpiece, this comes under orthogonal cutting, as the direction of feed, velocity and the cutting edge both are perpendicular to each other. Then jack plane is the another example. Then sawing, then we can get the parting off where the cutting velocity and the cutting edge are both perpendicular to each other. So these are the orthogonal cutting processes. And oblique cutting, the cutting edge is at some angle theta, so you can see here the drilling operation, this cutting edge is at some angle theta. So the example like drilling milling, and taper turning. Taper turning. These are the examples for the oblique cutting process. These are the examples of oblique cutting process. So orthogonal cutting, what is that? The direction of feed and the cutting edge are perpendicular to each other. And oblique cutting, the direction of feed and the cutting edge are at some angle. Here we are getting two component of forces, Fc and Ft. Here we are getting three component of forces, Fc. Ft is resolved into two, so we are getting Fa and Fr. As we have seen, the chip flow is getting here in orthogonal cutting. The width of the chip can be seen easily in orthogonal cutting. The analysis is very easy for this orthogonal cutting. But in oblique cutting, the chip width is not seen exactly. So the analysis is very difficult in our oblique cutting. So in this analysis, for formulating the different formulas for force by using a merchant circle, that is analyzed by using this orthogonal cutting process. If the oblique cutting is there, then we have to convert that oblique cutting process into orthogonal cutting. Then we have to solve that problem. So we are going to solve some of the problems in the next lecture series for the orthogonal cutting process. For that, we are going to see what is the chip thickness ratio, then what will be the shear angle relation, and based on that, what are the questions can be there for the gate that we are going to see. If you like it, please stay connected and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you for the listening. Thank you very much.